Hi everyone, this is Paul from Xfinity, as you all know. And today we have a very special guest with us, Mr. Dave Green. He is a sales coach and he works with several organizations. So, Dave, I would like to welcome you. If you can just go ahead and tell something about yourself to my viewers, please.
Hey, Paul, thanks for having me on, and it's great to be on this interview and great to meet you guys who are watching this. So my name is Dave Green. I am a sales strategist, and basically what I do is I work with my clients who are usually seven-figure entrepreneurs. I help them get off the phone and start to create their sales organization so they can grow beyond that point where they've been taking all the sales calls themselves. And so it's really great to be here, Paul.
That's good. There'll be a lot of learning from Dave today. So, Dave, let me introduce myself. Everybody knows, but I should introduce myself to you. I'm Paul. I am a program manager of Xfinity Solution. I've been working in this company for about 3 years now, but I've got about a sales and marketing experience about it's been almost 8 years I've been working in this industry, across different industries. So a little bit about Xfinity Solution. Xfinity Solution is basically an end-to-end BPO and KPO service provider based in India, and we do have our clients in US and Canada as well as in Europe. So we are providing mostly virtual assistant services along with IT and ITA services as well. And there are many other services, whatever you can think of, 360 degree BPO and KPO service provider. So this is about Xfinity Solution a little bit. And now let me tell my viewers what is the objective of this survey. Basically, we have been interviewing business owners and strategists or professionals across industries to understand how they, through their leadership skills, are combating this situation, and what is their future prediction on the economy. Actually, I mean, of the economy means of the economy of United States and as well as the whole world, and what are the strategies which the business owners should implement, or rather government also should implement to recover from this economic downturn. And this survey report will be circulated among all the interviewees. It's kind of learning together and sharing each other's view is the best way to fight this situation and grow together, which is really important. And we have got a stupendous response from several brands and corporate executive industries all across. So this is the objective of the survey. Let me start the survey. If you're ready, I'll start shooting my questions.
Let's do it. I'm all about taking action.
Awesome. So my first question goes is, have you ever, as an individual or as a company, have you ever faced this sort of a situation, or have you think of any of the situation which was even close to that, this pandemic?
Well, no, I haven't. I think probably most people haven't because it's such a unique situation. However, I would say I've definitely faced things that are experiences that have been more challenging to me personally in my life and my professional life that may have actually had been more difficult even to deal with than even what's going on now. But obviously we've never seen anything like this. This is an entirely new territory that we've gone into here.
Yeah, exactly. Because the earlier disasters and whatever it was, maybe it was, but it didn't last so much. I mean, for so long. It was about 2-3 months, and we are back on track. But this is something which is kind of never ending. It's been almost about 6 months when things are not getting to normal. Great. So my next question would be, somewhat, is your business seriously affected? Means not on a negative side, also on the positive side. Has it been? What was it? What is it like? I mean, is it affected somewhat your business?
Well, that's a great question. Now, obviously, I work in sales, and sales. Well, my understanding of sales, everybody has a different philosophy. For me, sales is about helping people commit to change, commit to transformation, and whether it's on the personal level or business level.
Yep.
And change is something that's always happening, and the only way to evolve is to change. So the reality is whatever's going on in the outside world, if we're going to continue to grow, then we're going to change. So what I mean by that is there's always going to be sales. And so I think that that's been reflected in terms of my business. That's been reflected. And actually the last 3 months have been really, from a business perspective, have actually gone really well.
That's
and
great.
I've seen the business revenues going up, and then I've seen obviously an increase in my own personal income, which I'm very grateful for as a result of that. So I think if anything, the outside circumstances have kind of created this situation where more people are waking up to the fact that they need to take action and change something about themselves or their lives, and so they're more willing to make that investment in order to do that. And that may actually sound counterintuitive, because many times when there's events or disasters or something like that, people tend to close down their wallets. But I'm
Yeah.
actually seeing opposite is true. People are actually more
Oh,
willing to invest.
gotcha. Right. So this is like when actually there are some situations which are unforeseen and which are changing. Like change is the only thing which is constant these days,
Yeah.
and you can help them out and you can just help them to grow their business. That's great. So my next question would be: do you see? I mean, obviously there are challenges. So what are the challenges you see in the future, and how are you prepared for that?
Challenges specific to what's going on, or more in
Yeah,
general?
the overall challenges. I mean, after the COVID situation, so what are the challenges might come on your way on, and how are you prepared for that? Or maybe your client, and because you are dealing with different industries, obviously. So what do you think as a challenge in future?
Got it. So I actually, my personal belief, and this, this or may not be true,
Of course.
but my personal belief that these changes, as it were, the pandemic and the fallout of that, is not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see, whether it's another lockdown or other scenarios, you're gonna see more and more of this in the future. So that's going to continue, and I think that's the only way that I think that's by design. I don't want to get too deep into a conversation on that, but the reality is, if you're a business owner, and this is how I feel about my business, you need to be prepared that this basically, this is the way it's going to be from, moving forward, and not expect that it's going to come to an end or somehow things are going to go back to the way they used to be. So that's
Oh,
not going to happen.
okay. So
Right.
this is something which is really insightful, because if you think that this is going to get over soon, then this is not the situation. It's going to continue, and maybe there might be some more situations like this. So you should be prepared always. That's great.
That's my belief. And if you doubt that, look at how long things have gone on, and there's really no end in sight.
Actually, and we cannot see anytime soon it is going to end.
Yeah.
That's for sure. That's really for sure.
So business owners would be wise to just start thinking about, how can I adapt to the new way of doing things, and how can I be relevant as the world is shifting into this new way of being.
So there's no good news near. So we have to wait for some more times to see the good news or see the wonderful world, as says. Fine. So my next question would be, it is not a question, rather it is kind of a more like a statement. So industries related to or connected to IT domain operation, directly or indirectly, have managed to sustain. Do you agree on this? Industry related to IT domain or operation, like we are
Well,
in
I
the
think so. I think so because IT and technology and information systems is part of the lifeblood of any business, no matter how small, even if it's one person. So as long as that's true, and I can't imagine it being otherwise, obviously the technology will keep evolving. We'll get newer technologies, faster technologies, different types. Even if we were to suddenly move into the realm of quantum computing, it's still a form of technology. So basically, it's a mainstay. If if you're dealing with more than one person, if you're dealing with transfer of knowledge and information, you need IT, you need information systems. So I think it'll probably continue to be very relevant for all times, as long as people are doing business.
Of course. That's right. So my next question would be more on like a macro level. It is like, so how do you, as you've already probably answered, but like still it is something which I need to know in more deeper way, is how do you see the economy in the near future? Economy for the whole world, and as well as in United States. I'm talking about near future, yeah.
Well, that's a great question. I guess if the near future is maybe 3 to 6 months, it's really hard to know. It's hard to know. I think it will boil down down to the confidence that people have
Yeah.
in the economies, in themselves and the services, and in their desire to keep going. Certainly, we'll see shifts more towards digital commerce, so electronic commerce, and especially electronic currencies will probably, and digital currencies will continue to gain more and more strength. And I think you'll see us moving more and more towards a cashless society from that perspective. But in terms of the volume and the transactions and how much business, more business will be conducted online. But in general, I think there's no reason why business can't continue growing as long as people have confidence in what they're doing and the need, and there's a true need for their services. So really, in order for the economies to keep getting stronger, people just need to make sure that they're always focused on what's most relevant, where they can really add value, where they can help the most. And if certain types of services start to fall by the wayside or not as relevant, that's fine. Then just focus on something else. But there's always a way to add value, and there's going to be certainly be always industries that will, like IT perhaps, and others that will always be relevant. And so it's important to really focus on where you feel that you can add the most value as a business owner, and have the confidence that you can help people and they will need your services. As long as enough people do that, the economies will be fine. They'll shift, but there will always be strong economies moving forward.
Yeah. So having confidence is very important, as you're saying, on your business, and you need to be coping up with the changes. That is the most important part. So, but then there are some industries which might take some time to recover, like restaurant, food, and maybe talking about concerts or some sort of. So there are some in the travel industry or hotel. So they might need to wait some longer than other industries. Yeah. So that's okay. So my next question, or rather, it is like more like I would like to ask you how you as an individual, or if you can just tell me something more about your business, or what exactly you do and how you can help my viewers, whoever is having some issues or whoever is going through some problems right now, problem to cope up with the situation, and their things are not going going great or going on a good way. So how can you help them during this situation? If you can just tell something about that as an individual, you. Yeah.
Absolutely. So if someone were talking to me just like you are now and asking me for help or advice, really the number one thing that I would say is go within. Go within, figure out what you're really here to do in the world, figure out what your purpose is, your mission is, and stay very true to that. And if you need to do more work on that, if you need to figure that out, go ahead and do that, because now is the time. So I think it's mostly about being aligned with your true purpose and getting rid of the things in your life that are not going to take you to where your best outcome is. So just staying focused like a laser, and being willing to, hard times is a part of life for all of us, particularly for people who are business owners or entrepreneurs. These kind of challenges, if you've been an entrepreneur for more than a year, you know very well that this is just a mainstay. It's just the way it is. It's more about your ability to adapt than it is whether or not there are going to be problems. Because if it wasn't for this, it'd be something else. There's always going to be a challenge, right? If it's not a world pandemic, then it's going to be, another type of crisis, or it's going to be an issue with your clients. There's going to always be some challenge that's going to come up, whether it's in your personal sphere or in your professional sphere, or even on the global sphere. So the most that you can do, no one of us can change or alter the whole world. It's just not possible, as much as we'd love to. So the best thing you can do is just stay very focused on who you truly want to be, who you truly desire to be as an entrepreneur, as an owner, and keep moving towards that without failing. And if you fall down, or if you need help with something specific, don't be afraid to raise your hand and ask for help. Obviously, I help people with sales. So my clients typically will come to me when they are frustrated, they're running out of time, and they need help with their sales, or they're just not sure how to scale the next level. So they will come to me and ask for help for that very specifically. But, my general advice to entrepreneurs is stay very true and be willing to be an A player. Don't complain when things aren't going well, because that's what you signed up for. If you didn't want to deal with challenges, you shouldn't have become an entrepreneur, really. That's just
Of
part of the
course,
game. Right?
that's very important, right? So you should be ready to face the challenges. Otherwise, there's no point in getting into entrepreneurship. That's important, right? That's really helpful and knowledgeable advices which you have given, and I'm sure my viewers will definitely going to get benefit out of it. And if you need, I'm talking to my viewers, if you need any sort of piece of advisor, or if you think that Dave can be of your help, he is always reachable. You can always reach out to him. I'll share his LinkedIn profile or contact details. He can be reachable. And my next question, or rather, just this is the last sort of a statement, and I just want to understand what is your view of that. A study says that keeping a remote executive assistant during this testing time can save your time and money and can help you grow your business faster than ever. It is like hiring a team at a price of a single employee. So what do you agree on that? Remote executive assistants you must be knowing virtual assistants who are virtually working for you, your every sort of a work, like starting from data entry to internet research to everything, appointment scheduling, everything can be done by a particular company who is virtual, who is remote, but working for you. So keeping this sort of a company at this point of time can save a lot of money as well as time for you. So what's your take on that?
Well, I agree. I have a virtual assistant.
Oh,
And she
that's great.
helps me a lot. Yeah, she helps me a lot. I give her very specific tasks. Now, obviously, it's not just enough to hire someone. You need to give them training and make sure that you give them this very clear direction on how they can help you and set them up with enough activities and very clear instructions. If you can do that, then yeah, you can definitely offload. There's so many things that you can offload as a business owner. The other thing I would say is when you're first starting off, try to give your VA activities that will lead to some kind of sale. So there's something related to prospecting or growing your social media, or something that's going to generate more sales for you, because that way it's not going to feel like you're just making a cost. It's actually something that can generate more revenue for your business. But reality is they can free up a lot of your time. If my VA works full time, it's just one VA. I mean, that's 40 hours a week of productivity that I don't have to do. Exactly. So that's basically replicating my time. That's the power of delegation.
And like BPO service, what we provide, like we do everything, like whatever you think of, we just offload your work, kind of starting from data entry, and if you're talking about product designing, web development, app development, everything is done by us, from IT to normal sort of day-to-day work. Everything is taken care by us. So it's kind of a company, but you're paying as a one single employee. So this is something which we do. So that's great. It was nice talking to you, Dave, and thanks for your time. This was insightful and educative. Your views will really add a lot of values to our survey. So we are going to continue this survey for another couple of months. So once the survey is over, I'm going to share the report with you, and you would also know what other business owners are saying, and that way we can grow together, as I said in the starting. So that's great. It was nice talking to you, Dave, and I hope my viewers would like it. And if you like it, and then if you comment COVID in the comment box, you will get straight away 20% discount on our services. That's it. Have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.
Thanks, Paul.